All right, this is how I would do search engine optimization for a book. I know a lot of authors try to do SEO for their books, which is why I am making this episode of the podcast. And I wanted to challenge myself with this one because so many authors say, I don't think SEO will work for my book. A lot of authors try to do SEO for their books. I tell other authors you should do SEO. They say I don't think SEO will work for my book. My book is so niche that SEO, search engine optimization, will not work for it. And so, yeah, I tried to challenge myself with this one. So let's say you, my dear listener, my dear viewer, you were publishing a book. And I tried to come up with something that was super niche for this, where people would say, there's no way you can do SEO for something like this. So what I came up with is you are publishing historical fiction. The title is The Silk Map. The premise: a young Persian cartographer in the 13th century becomes entangled in espionage and betrayal while mapping the Silk Road under the Mongol Empire. That is the premise for your book. You wrote it, it's out. You need to get people to buy the book. You need to get people to read the book, and you want to do SEO for the book. Or maybe you're thinking about SEO, but you're not sure that SEO will be a good marketing channel for you, a good acquisition channel for your book. Now, fortunately, with this one, you might think, oh, this is niche and this isn't going to work. Well, first of all, the benefit with something like this, actually, you know what? Let me go just to the fundamentals. First, know that book SEO is especially easy because very few authors or publishing firms know how to do aggressive SEO and proper keyword targeting. Very, very few authors know how to do SEO. Very few publishers know how to do aggressive SEO, proper keyword targeting. So your competition, there's very little competition. And historical fiction is very cool because it's essentially timeless. It's not going to become outdated. And so you can rank for keywords and it'll consistently bring you traffic for years and years and years and years and years to come because it's historical fiction. It's not going to become outdated. So with all of that said, what about the keywords? Because you need to target search terms, things that people search in Google. And the biggest bottleneck is people might say, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to find search terms for the Silk Map. There's no way I'm going to be able to find search terms for a young Persian cartographer in the 13th century becoming entangled in espionage and betrayal while mapping the Silk Road under the Mongol Empire. And you know what? I found dozens of keywords. Historical fiction set in Mongol Empire, fiction with Persian protagonists, fiction about cartographers, historical thriller in Central Asia, historical fiction on trade and politics, Persian spy historical fiction, Silk Road adventure novel. And what would a page for one of these keywords look like? So let's do Silk Road adventure novel as an example keyword. Your page title would be Silk Road adventure novel. And then you would use this vertical dividing line. These are really good separators where you can add in extra benefits or features or reasons that people should click into your page. The page title is what advertises your page within Google search. So you would say for your page title, Silk Road adventure novel, vertical dividing line, espionage and empire story, and then another vertical dividing line with a brand name. And in this case, the brand name is the book name, The Silk Map. So your page title again, Silk Road adventure novel, vertical dividing line, espionage and empire story, another vertical dividing line, the Silk Map. Your H1, your big top heading, the first thing that people see when they click into your page. Your H1 is a Silk Road adventure novel of espionage, betrayal, and empire. And your URL is /explore /silk-road-adventure novel. Basically, your keyword comes after /explore. And explore is your hub page because you are targeting all of the keywords that I previously mentioned and many more. And you need to house them in a way where people can click into these pages with just 2 clicks from your homepage. So you have what is called a hub page. You place it in your footer or in your header or both. And you need to call it something that makes it flow really well into your keywords. And in this case, explore. So all of your bottom of funnel SEO landing pages, all of these landing pages targeting these keywords, they are just 2 clicks away from your homepage, which gives them more priority. The closer a page is to your homepage, the more Google values it. So you have this Explore Hub page. The H1 for that Explore Hub page, the big top header, is Explore the World Behind the Silk Map. Again, the Silk Map is the name of the book. And then you have to have intro text that leads in to all of these different, you list basically your bottom of funnel SEO landing pages. You list them with bullet points with each keyword. And then when you click into one of these bullet points, it goes to that individual bottom of funnel SEO landing page. And to make this hub page look more natural, you have introductory text. That introductory text would be from spies to rogue cartographers. These are gripping, character-driven stories set at the crossroads of power and trade. Below are deep dive explorations of the themes, settings, and scenarios that define this historical fiction. And then you can imagine it would list into the keywords. It would go into the keywords: historical fiction set in Mongol Empire, fiction about cartographers, Persian spy historical fiction. Here's the thing about the keywords that I just mentioned. These keywords are niche. So search volumes for these specific keywords, the conversion rate will be really high because people who are searching this, they have a lot of intent, but they're niche. They're not competitive because, like I said, very few publishers know how to do SEO properly. And because of this, there's so little on topics like this that Google is going to try to pattern match your bottom of funnel SEO landing pages with lots of other related search terms, which will increase your discovery. So people might be looking for historical fiction set in Mongol Empire. They might be looking for that in tons of different ways using tons of different questions on Google. And because so few publishers and authors know how to target keywords properly, it's yours that is going to be recommended for those variety of keywords. And that's part of the reason why this strategy is so beautiful. And again, because these pages are so targeted and because you are deliberately picking keywords that are bottom of funnel with purchase intent, where people know what they want, they're just looking for a product to give them what they want, conversion rate will be high. And by the way, if you want to go deeper and learn to do this method of SEO yourself, because this is a quick podcast. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, this exact strategy is what my 13-hour SEO course, Compact Keywords, is about. I believe that search engine optimization is the best marketing channel for anything, and people just don't know how to do it correctly. Compact Keywords teaches how to do it correctly, how to do search engine optimization that gets customers or users or leads at compactkeywords.com. Something else with book SEO is you want to target search terms where people want to go in depth. Why? Because a quick article isn't going to be enough. People want to go in depth. They're going to get a book so they can go in depth. So examples of keywords like this: how the Mongols used intelligence networks. Or, and I like this keyword a lot, historical methods of espionage on the Silk Road. And your bottom of funnel landing page for this could give a bunch of these methods right there as H2s, as subheadings, and then you answer them with short paragraphs or bullets under the H2s, which are each different methods. And the page recommends going deeper with the book. And also this type of SEO will help with answer engine optimization. So for the people who do just want quick answers instead of going in depth, you will get that FAQ snippet in Google search. So with this strategy, with this SEO strategy, you are setting up a funnel that will continue to get you sales and grow as you grow. And as you get more links and you can go after more competitive keywords, because the more backlinks you have, the more you can rank for keywords where lots of other people are targeting these same keywords. That's what makes a competitive keyword. Normally, the most high volume keywords are the most competitive keywords. And so you basically, with more backlinks, you just can go after a higher variety of keywords. But the keywords that I previously mentioned to you, they're great keywords and they're so niche that they're really, really easy to rank for if you just target them properly. So just talked about backlinks. What about initial link building? What would you do for initial link building? I'm going to give 3 things. 1, use directories for books. Easy win. There are so many directories out there where you can list your book, find all of them and list your book with a rich description using varying language in each directory about what the book is about. Number 2, podcasts. I talk about it all the time, but podcasts as an author, it's a no-brainer. And when you go on a podcast, you get a link from the podcast, because lots of these podcasts, they publish their shows on their websites, and they, in the show information, the show links to your website. And so you might be listening or watching and be like, well, how do I get on podcasts? I recommend AIpodcastmatcher.com. It uses AI to connect hosts who want guests on their shows with guests who want to go on the shows, who want to go on podcasts. And I would go really hard on this channel too. I would go really hard on getting on podcasts, and then I would leverage interviews to get more interviews. So you would go on smaller podcasts using AIpodcastmatcher.com. The bigger podcasts, they're not on this platform. They don't really need to be, because when you get bigger, so many guests just pitch you all the time. You can get guests really easily. But now you've gone on all these smaller podcasts, so then you can pitch the bigger podcasts and they will be more likely to say yes. Because when you pitch them, you're like, I went on all of these previous shows. And that just makes you seem more of an authority and more impressive. So you can go on podcasts that you are genuinely a fan of and then get links from those podcasts and engagement from those podcasts, and the backlinks and engagement will help your bottom of funnel SEO landing pages rank for the keywords that you are targeting. And then I would also recommend, for backlinks, helperreporter.com and sourceofsources.com. Those are 2 very simple to understand platforms. They send out emails every day of journalists who are looking for expert quotes for the articles that they are writing. When a journalist asks for something that you know a lot about, you're an expert, you respond, and then the journalists pick from the experts who to feature in their stories. And if you get picked, you get a backlink. And this benefits you because not only do you get backlinks for SEO, but if your book is named in any of these publications, then you get logos to put on your bottom of funnel SEO landing pages. So like as mentioned in these publications or these podcasts. And then when people come across these bottom of funnel SEO landing pages through search, they see that you're social proofed, and that makes them even more likely to purchase. It makes you look more reputable. So that is a 20% of SEO for books that will get 80% of the results. I wanted to make this episode because there are authors who are thinking about doing search engine optimization, wondering if it is a good channel for them. It is a good channel. It is a good channel for you. I picked something so niche where you would think there's no way SEO will work for that. And hopefully now you understand SEO would work basically for anything, and books are no different. Again, if you want to go deeper on this exact method of search engine optimization, my 13.5-hour course, compactkeywords.com, is exactly about this. If you want to understand what compact keywords is even more, you can watch the video at the top of that landing page. And that is all that I got for you on this episode of my daily digital marketing show. This is episode 747 of The Edwards Show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.